Hey guys, this is Kim from the Storm Chicks Designs. Today we're going to be doing some embroidering, and I think that we're actually going to be doing it on the Gildan shirt. This is a size large, so I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to put on it yet, but I'm going to do something with it. As everybody knows, Joann's is closed, and that's going to be pretty sad for all of us because look, this is where we go to get our threads, all of our, our essentials when it comes to our crafts, because we love our crafts so much. So it's really, it's really going to be a hard thing. So I've been looking around different places around here besides Michael's and Hobby Lobby to find different things, like if I need embroidering needles, threads, things like that, because it's going to be a really hard thing to do unless you do it online, which most of the time people like to order their stuff on Amazon, or sometimes you can't get this stuff on Michael's. It just depends, because I've seen that Michael's has actually got some more fabrics coming in, so I'm thinking that they're going to revamp these fabrics, which is a good thing, because years and years ago Michael's had tons of fabrics, and that's where I went to go get my fabric at. Now I would go from Michael's, I'd go back and forth between Michael's and Joann's and stuff, but I think that Michael's is actually going to be trying to take that place. And then I was in Hobby Lobby the other day, and kid you not, the wall, or the line was like all the way back to where the art department was at. So because we don't have a Joann's here in Winston-Salem, a lot of these ladies are, they're pretty upset because, hey, where are they going to go get their fabric? We're gonna have to go to mom and pops, which is great, because guess what? We are supporting the small business, which is what we need to be doing anyways. So before we start, I wanted to show you, though, I had to get my last piece of history from Joann's. This is it. This is actually the Coates and Clark. It does light up, and of course you see that I still got my little sticker up here and stuff, so I've got to get that off there. But this holds all of my threads all the way down, It's got, it's got an actual bottom part that's down here, drawer and stuff to put my things in. Lights up from the back. So kid you not, if you sew or embroider or anything like that, this is like your big huge toy. Okay. Everybody loves these things, and you can't get anything like this online. So I was able to get a little bit of their history, and I was able to put all of my beautiful threads down here. So and with it, with it being, lighted from the back, it's really nice and stuff. So I really do like it a lot. But back to what we're going to do today is we are going to embroider on this sweatshirt. This is a size large. So this is one of them that I was able to actually get, and I think I got it for like, I don't know, what, 20 cents, something like that, over at Joann's before they went out of business. So let's go ahead and start our project. So another thing that I like here is I like to go over to, now that I've got all these beautiful colors all the way down here, and pick out exactly which one of these threads that I want to use. My glow-in-the-dark threads are down here at the bottom, so I'm not going to use those right now, because I like to use those more like towards, if it's like the fall and stuff like that, because since we're in the summertime, I think I'm going to probably use a pink. So let's see here. So let's go ahead and use this pink, which is right here. And so we got white. Do I have white over? Yeah, I have white. So we're going to use white, pink. I've got black over there. And then possibly maybe a purple, one of these over here. Like some pinks and purples and stuff. Actually, no, I need a yellow. So I need that for like the center part. So that will be the center of like my flower. So yeah, I think maybe we'll just do that. The pink, yellow, black, and white. So like I said, this is what I really like about this. Is because I could just kind of come over here and just pick out whichever one I want. It's all organized for me. I do have some threads that are actually hanging down here right now. That's me being messy. So I'm going to probably fill this up with some more thread. I really like it. I wish I would have had one of these years ago. I would have they had a couple more before Joann's went out, and I thought, I'm going to see if I like this one first, and then when I went back to get more, that of course obviously I was late on it, but I was able to get this one, so I was pretty happy about it. Go ahead and we're going to hoop this in here. I actually need to get my stabilizer. Trying to figure out which one I'm going to get here for this. Probably this one right here. They were out of the Pellon. I love to use the Pellon. That's just like my thing, is I really like that sticky back. But because they were out of it over at Hobby Lobby, and this is what I was talking about earlier with Joann's I could always get things like that. Now that, you still can get that at Hobby Lobby. That's not, that's not a big thing. But the point of it is that you would, we could go to Joann's and get all these things. So now it's kind of put a rift in what we like to do as crafters, is to go and pick up our supplies. And for us, that's kind of fun, because then we always find something new with that too. So, so that's, that's just one of those things. I gotta turn this inside out and get it, this one area, get it all ready for the front. So yeah, I really like to have, be able to just go and pick up my stuff, but I'm just gonna have to find other places around here to pick the things up that we need. And I hate to even think about ordering from Amazon. I'm just not an Amazon person. I never have been. I don't even care if they offer me a deal on anything. I'm not an Amazon person. Now, I will occasionally go ahead and order things that I need, because guess what? Nobody else has it. And Amazon knows that. So for me, I just have to, sometimes you just have to. You just, you don't have a choice. What else are you going to do? So I'm going to get my Cricut out here. And that's another thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but if you go into Hobby Lobby, Home Depot, or not Home Depot, why would I say Home Depot? Oh my gosh. If you go into like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, places like that now, there's not a whole lot of stuff being carried by Cricut. I don't know if like at one time that they had the, they had a contract with them to sell their stuff or whatever it was. But it is hardly not even there anymore. Like when you go into Hobby Lobby, there's a very, very small section of it. And also there's a very small section when you go into Michael's. So I don't know if it's just because maybe the glow forges, things like that, that has took over that area where people don't think that they need their Cricut anymore. And that's not true, because you've got to have that Cricut. We use our Cricut for everything. We use it for our stickers. We use it, for cutting the things out that we need. Hardly anybody has it anymore. So I don't know if there's a game changer, like something's coming up where the stores are just not carrying these anymore, or what the deal is. But any of you who do stickers out there, which I do some stickers, which I may wind up getting back in to doing more, but any of you out there who use these for stickers and stuff, they're not hardly carrying those. I'm not sure what the deal is, and why they're not, because, a lot of us like this stuff. So we like to be able to go and get our sticker paper. Like I had to go and order my sticker paper online because they don't have it. We don't even have if you notice, we don't have Office Depots anymore. We have one Staples up here. The one staple that we do have up here, I'm able to get a few things. But everything else, you've got to order online anymore. More and more people they're just going to online than they are, buying things online than they are just going into the stores and actually picking them out. I know, like with me, when I'm, at my salon and I'm doing hair and stuff, anything that I make, people pick up on my salon. I will sell some of it online, but my sales online aren't good. It's just because everybody's selling online. And as you know, it's the thing about it is not like I have a bad product. It's just, you know, sometimes people have to physically see it. They have to see and feel the actual item themselves. And, you know, that's the only gratification that you get, because if you have online, all you have is a picture. You know, I have a little bit of description down there, but most of the time it's just a picture that's on there. So. Decided to do this all pink with, of course, the yellow and the white and stuff, just because if I do all the colors that I had put in there, it'll take me forever. This thing takes 16,000 stitches for it, and it's on a 200 by 200 square feet. I even made a sticker out of this. Nope, not today. I thought it was really cute. And that one actually, I think that one's on Macari. I don't think it's on Etsy, but I think I do have it on Macari. But you guys need to check out some of my stuff that is on my Etsy shop. And I always leave a link down below. So, and if you also have any questions, then let me know. And then I do also personalization on things. So also that's another thing. Just let me know. You can PM me on that one, or just, you know, ask in the comments down below. And this is a Smith thread that I'm using. No, actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. It's not. This is Soulology thread. That's what I'm using. Some of my thread is Soulology, some is Smith thread, some is oh my gosh, I can't remember. Some of them is Coats and Clarks. I kind of do a mixture of different threads and stuff. Try to get this where I need it at. Let's see here. So we got one more that's down here, because I did have a couple colors that actually went around it. So the next color that's actually going to go into is going to be white. Testing some things out now, because some of my design did not come out the way I wanted it, so this will not be going on Etsy, I can tell you that. I had to go back in and adjust my thread settings and put it at a 5 because it was way too tight, and it was literally cutting in to, and I don't know if you can see it or not, you see that right there? It was literally cutting into my t-shirt. so I decided to go ahead and just finish out the rest of it and see how it does after I put a new needle in, and then I also went ahead and then changed the settings to a 5. And hopefully that will work. This is an organic needle that actually came with my Janome when I had first got it. So let's just hope and pray that this one actually does what it's supposed to do. But yeah, I don't like that when it cuts into that. I mean, I went through 3 different t-shirts before this one, and I couldn't figure out why. Why is it doing that? So I wasted a lot of shirts. So that being said, it could have been like my tension, you know, things like that. I just don't know yet. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, what color is this? I think it wants a blue. So I've got to do a little outline on this. So we're going to go ahead and do the outline. So I'm just going to take the black off here and do an outline of, I don't know, let's just do an outline of yellow. Let's just do that. I don't know if that's going to look right or not, but we'll do an outline of yellow. And then kind of go from there. But yeah, I was a little disappointed in it that it did that. And I thought, why is it cutting into my shirts? Because I've never had that before with any of my Janome projects that I've done. So let's go ahead and we're just going to fix this up here. And then we will continue. So you see the difference right there in that thread versus this thread, because I went ahead and just kind of lengthened the thread a little bit. It was just way too tight, and that's why it was cutting into everything. So let's just hope it keeps it up. See how bad that looks over there? That's because I had to change everything up. So now I got to do another one of these and try to do it in the correct colors this time. Okay, so here's my shirt. It didn't come out exactly the way I wanted it. So that's why I just started just putting whatever color in here. My needle, I don't know if you can see this or not. Do you see exactly where it was actually digging in and kind of tearing this area here? So I was kind of aggravated with that. And I think it's because I needed to change my needle. So I went ahead and changed it up. And it did good for a little while, like right through here. So we did really, really well through here. However, there was over here, it wasn't, like it's 2 different types of stitches. So I'm gonna have to go back into my Janome and find out exactly why it's doing this. If you know why it's doing this, let me know, and then maybe I could check my machine. It probably just needs to be, checked out anyways and stuff. So it still came out really cute. It'd be something I'll wear around the house, but other than that, you know, for selling wise, no, it's not gonna, you know, no one, you know, I don't want to sell this one. So I'm going to be doing another one that will be in better shape than this one, because I'm just not too happy with the stitches in here, which is fine because not everything can go perfect, you know, when it comes to embroidering or sewing or anything like that. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up on it. Please subscribe to my channel. You feel free to ask any questions that you want, and you have a nice night.